another item from effective Java. This is regarding using varargs judiciously. Varargs, as we know, represents variable number of arguments. So this is a special argument in Java which can be the last parameter in method and which can take variable number of arguments. For example, let's consider this method sum, which takes the varargs of type int. So it can have any number of integers, but they should be the last parameter. So we cannot have any other parameter like this. So this is not valid. So in this particular case, we are trying to find the sum of integers. So we are passing the values, so even numbers, and we want to find the sum. And this should be fine. So let's see what will be the output. So we got the output as sum as 20. So this is fine. We want to find all the integers sum. Let's say there could be some cases wherein you want to pass at least one argument as an input. So how will you find write that kind of a logic? Let's consider this program where we want at least one argument to be passed. We want to find the minimum of the given numbers. So for this, we can write a logic like this: num's length is equal to 0, then we throw the illegal argument exception, or we will find the minimum of given integers. So this logic is verbose and error prone. Can we improve this? So if I call this, so let me call this method. So of course it will find the minimum. What if I send the empty array? So as you can see, there is no compilation error, and if at all I run this, so during runtime I get the error, at least one argument is required. Can we improve this so that we can come to know about this during compile time rather than runtime? Let's see. So this is the improved version wherein I could say that I need at least one argument, right? So it can take an argument before varargs. This could be our at least the first argument, and the remaining arguments can be part of the varargs. So as you can see, with this approach, we need not handle the illegal argument exception, this kind of a logic, and we can use the for each loop, which is more cleaner and less verbose. So let's see if I call our other method. So it is giving me the comparison error. That's good. So I should be passing any one single argument as a first input. Let me pass 1 as an input, right? And let me run it again. So I got the minimum as 1. If at all I happen to pass an empty, and there is no first argument, obviously I will get the compilation error here, right? So I need not get into the runtime, and during compilation itself I will get a compilation error, so it will avoid beforehand any issues. So these are some of the recommendations for varargs. So another recommendation is, if you have variable number of arguments and if you happen to use varargs very frequently, this may have some impact on the performance. So we need to be judicious when we are using the varargs. Let's consider one of the example from JDK itself. Let's consider this class enum set. So we have here some static factory methods which create the enum set and which take the variable number of arguments. As you can see, there are methods of which takes a single argument, here 2, here 3, 4, 5, and as you can see, there is another method which takes a variable number of arguments. So what could be the reason for this kind of a structure? So the designers of the language, they have realized that this enum set could be used more frequently, up to 5 number of arguments. So for that reason, they haven't given a variable number of arguments option up to 5 arguments. If you are using beyond 5, which is not so frequent, then you can use the variable number of arguments. So basically this will reduce the performance impact. So these are some of the recommendations. I hope this is useful, and I will see you in the next item. Thank you.